Trade reports behind Dean Wade and the Cleveland Cavaliers moving on from the forward are intensifying as we hear more and more about what Koby Altman will do this summer. Dean Wade's name is being included as a possible move. Hey everybody, Billy Beebe back with you on Cavs Digest, talking Cavaliers basketball. Excited to break down the possibilities of this team mixing things up and changing for the better in the future. Today we're going to talk about Dean Wade as we get more reports about him being a name that is being thrown out there by the Cavs, a trade chip both by himself and with other players. Today, we're going to break down what Dean Wade has meant to the Cavs organization, his value to the Cavs, his value to other teams, and if I personally think Dean Wade will be on the team next season, all those will get answered here, and they can get answered down in the comments by you. If you just drop down, always interested in what you have to say. Last video was a Lonzo Ball Jarrett Allen swap video, and boy, did you guys let me know that that's not happening. Jarrett Allen for Lonzo is not happening. Actually, I really got the vibe that Lonzo in general is just not a fit for the Cavaliers based on what you guys think. So, if you think we're just throwing videos out there and you consume, no. Taking your feedback, looking at your feedback, and we love that. You're a part of this channel as much as we are putting these videos out. So, subscribe. If you're already subscribed, share. Tell a friend, let a friend know. We can build those numbers up. We're over 2,000, headed for 3,000, so we'd love for you to be a part of it. Today, we're talking Dean Wade as Sam Amico of Hoops Wire reporting that the Cavs have placed Dean Wade, and we already knew about Isaac Okoro. Matt went into that one. On the trade block. Dean Wade is officially on the trade block. Obviously, this is a guy we have many times put his name into our mock trades many times. He has a very tradable contract, under $10 million a year going into next season. So yes, he has been a name that when talking trades, Dean Wade is usually involved because he can play. The man can play. He played for the Cavs in the playoffs. How well, I think that's a discussion to be had. But he is an NBA player, an NBA role player, making less than $10 million a year. That is a gigantic value to other teams. Other teams will be interested in Dean Wade, right? So I go on Twitter today. I immediately see Heat fans are interested. They want Dean Wade. They think it'll be a quick and really good pickup. I mean, we know him both as a good, good enough from three, but we also know that he's a defender, right? That's honestly how we've grown to know him over time, is that he's such a good defender and a wing defender. I think he has plenty of value to the rest of the NBA, which puts a little bit of pressure on Koby Altman to make sure he correctly trades Dean Wade, that he's not just a swap for a second rounder, right, to dump that money or something like that. Now, I don't think Koby Altman's thinking that way, but establishing Dean Wade has value to other teams. Other teams will want Dean Wade. For me, for the Cavs. We'll go to the Cavs. Does Koby Altman think that this is a guy that should be included in trades talked about? Sure, absolutely. But what is Dean Wade's value to the Cavaliers? Well, when we got to the playoffs there, guys, he just really couldn't hang, and it was hard to watch because you needed him, right? And this is the third straight year where you really, really needed him, and he didn't quite show up how you had hoped Dean Wade would. But looking at him, this is an opportunity for you to gauge how much you have invested in a player. And I think Koby Altman is going to really factor that into the idea of trading Dean Wade. This is a guy who you took undrafted. You gave it little bits and pieces of time in the NBA while in the G League. Hint, Amani Bates and other players right now down in the G League. He lived that path and came out a Cleveland success story. He is a G League success story. The same as Quinn Cook, the same as Joe Harris, the same we hope Amani Bates will be. Late in the draft, if not undrafted, going through the charge system, it really starts with Koby Altman and goes down because Koby Altman was there when they drafted him in 2019, picked him up, he's undrafted, got him involved, and it's been a journey. It's been a journey with the Cavs. He's become a terrific wing defender, can hit threes. He didn't necessarily in the playoffs. I thought he was a good enough rebounder, and really he's had some awesome moments. I wanted to include this graphic just because of how well we remember it. That game against Boston might be what he's remembered for most. I will also include one final time, I'd love to debate this if Dean Wade moves on here soon. Is he a wing or is he a power forward? That was a hot debate many times, especially when like Max Strus would get hurt or Isaac Okoro would get hurt. I would say Dean Wade can fill that slot, and people would get really riled up and you know, they would say, oh, he's not a wing. Oh, he can guard wing, so he is a wing, you know, back and forth. And I never cared. As long as he was playing and fitting into where they needed him, I was fine with Dean Wade in general. I like him a lot. At this point in time, this is a guy you want to keep on your roster. And I think going into next year, my bold prediction is Dean Wade will be on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because I think the only way the Cavaliers trade Dean Wade is in a package deal, right? So, as I said, I don't think Koby Altman's just going to swap him clean because, number one, he doesn't make that much money that it wouldn't even out for the Cavaliers. And number two, I don't think Koby Altman's willing to just swap a playing role player, probably your 9th or 10th man, maybe 8th, for nothing, for a second-round pick, for whatever. I don't think he's willing to do that trade. And a package, I don't see a package deal getting done, especially not with Dean Wade just being thrown in there unless they really take a hit on it. You have to include him like I did in my Chicago mock trades that I showed. You know, you have to include him with Jarrett Allen for Vucevic and Lonzo Ball. You have to include him with Darius Garland in a Jordan Poole, you know, crap trade. You have to include him. And I don't think Koby Altman, who has seen the complete progression of Dean Wade, wants to just chuck him in a solo deal or chuck him in as a throw-in, because I don't think the Cavs, of all the deals we discussed, I've said it from the beginning of the summer, it's going to be very, very difficult for the Cavaliers to get any sort of trade done this season. So, when the season begins next year, I think Dean Wade will be on the Cleveland Cavaliers. You can drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think. When they tip off to start the 2025-2026 season, will Dean Wade be available? Will he be on the Cleveland Cavaliers? Is it a clean swap to another team for a second-round pick to dump? Have you seen enough of Dean Wade? I'm sure you could find a video somewhere in all this channel that I was saying I've had enough of Dean Wade, because at times I have had enough. But I think about how deep the NBA is and how difficult it is to acquire players under the second apron, and I'm not willing to just let a guy go for nothing or as a throw-in and try and replace what he does, both in the regular season and, I say this lightly, what he does in the postseason. I don't think we can necessarily say what he does in the postseason. But was it surprising to you that Dean Wade is on the block? How do you feel about him? Are you ready to let him go? Is this just a salary dump for you? Hey, get a second rounder, just get rid of the money? Or are you willing to say, hey, if we're trading him, he's got to be a part of a big package? Or are you just smacking the table over and over again? I'm not getting rid of Dean Wade. This is a lifelong guy. I saw him playing for the Canton Charge back in the day, and I'm not letting him go. You let me know down in the comments, and we'll keep an eye out, keep you updated here on Cavs Digest.